Thank you, Mr. Chairman. Mr. McMahon, I understand you're a good friend of Senator Perdue's, is that correct? Or at least he thinks you are.
Sir, I would never argue with Senator Perdue. Yes, sir.
All right. I have a statement from him establishing your virtues, and we want to enter into, on behalf of Senator Rounds, I want to enter this into the record at this point.
Without objection.
Mr. Manasco, it was 30 years ago. And did you think 30 years ago, when I made your nomination to West Point, that you would be sitting before this committee in a confirmation hearing to be the Assistant Secretary of the Army?
And would you have accepted?
So the answer to your question is no, and I think as I reflected on it, it's the strength of this great country and stories such as mine and so many others for people who work hard and do the right things and are committed to serving others, that they can be afforded just amazing opportunities. And I feel fortunate to be here today, and I really stand on the shoulders of all those men and women that I've worked with over the course of my career.
That's good. Well, it's a great statement. It's very meaningful to me personally. Senator McCain was talking about the dilemma we're in terms of our pilots. Of those 1,500, actually 1,300 are combat fighter pilots, and it is a serious thing. And I think those of us from that discipline agree with Senator McCain. You know, it actually costs, if you take someone off the streets and qualify them to the level of an F-22, it costs some $16 million. And when you think about that, the whole idea of bonuses is really is overstated in terms, and I agree with that. But I understand that recently the Air Force Reserve component has an alternative to active service. Now, this thing is called the Total Force Aircrew Management Assignment Augmentation Process. Are you familiar with this?
Senator, I don't know that I am familiar with that, but it's a very long acronym.
Yes, and I would be shocked if you were. However, they are out there doing they've increased their positions threefold. And it's something, is a new idea. And we've been talking about this problem that we have with pilots, and I would like to invite you to study that, talk to some of the reserve components, exactly how it works, and it might offer people in their careers to have the best of both. Would you do that?
Yes, sir, I commit, if I'm confirmed, to do just that.
Good, good. Mr. James, one of the best kept secrets when you talk about navigation ways is that we in Oklahoma are navigable. Nobody knows that, but we have the most inland waterway. We're up, the Port of Catoosa is real. Have you ever been to the Port of Catoosa?
Sir, not only have I been to the Port of Catoosa, I judge the Port of Catoosa to be the most impressive inland port that I've witnessed so far.
Yes, well, you and I had that discussion. I knew that would be your answer. But, and so it's, if you look, there is a problem in the Corps of Engineers that I kind of look at as a leadership culture with the Corps of Engineers at the district level. And you and I talked about this, but because of the uninformed district commanders rotate through their assignments very frequently, they sometimes struggle with getting long-term civil projects in the face of bureaucratic obstacles. Do you agree with that as a problem?
Yes, sir, I do.
And that's one that I would like to have you look into to come up with some ideas. And in fact, I would invite you to come out and we could have a little session with some of these people and see if we could maybe improve that culture a little bit. Would you be willing to do that with us?
I'll be happy to do both of those, sir. Yes, sir.
Well, it takes you back pretty close to home. Mr. McMahon, I know that one of the problems that you're going to be dealing with is one that is a critical problem, and that is the civilian workforce. In fact, we had a meeting not too long ago with General Levy of the Tinker Air Force Base. And as you know, we have two of this type. We have that along with the Army depot in McAllister, Oklahoma. And we had a meeting with him, General Levy, and some principals of Oklahoma University and Oklahoma State University. And he made the statement, he said, we would hire every graduate engineer that you can put on the street. So that is one area that is, are you aware of some of the problems right now that we're having in the various, not just our depots, but throughout the system? And are you going to consider this a problem that you're going to be able to address?
Senator, we have a problem in our nation with those coming out with experience in science, technology, engineering, and math. It's a problem exacerbated in our depots because of the focus from being a touch labor type environment to things such as software. So yes, sir, I'm aware of it, and if confirmed, it is something that I would work with the services in our personnel offices to ensure that we're trying to be able to acquire the amount of engineering support that we would need.
Well, that's good. I knew that you'd feel that way, but it takes somebody in that position who really understands the problem to address it, and someone who has addressed it before. My time's expired, but one last thing with Dr. Jetty. You graduated from the academy in the late 70s, is that right?
Yes, sir.
Wasn't that the time of our Hollow Force?
Yes, sir.
Are you aware that I had a hearing with the vice chiefs just a few weeks ago, and they have said we're back at the same stage that we were then in Hollow Force?
I don't know.
I don't think you have any reason to have known that went on, but it did, and so I just want to make sure that you remember those days, and those days are back to haunt us again.
Senator, if I have anything that I can do, should I be confirmed into this position that will contribute to resolving that, I will do so.
Thank you.